Welcome to Mathtastic. This video is going to take you through the different components of each lesson. So the first section of the lesson is about thinking problems. So students are given an activity where they just have to think mathematically. In the early stages, I've designed these to introduce students to different concrete materials. So for example, if I'm introducing students to the Cuisenaire rods, I might have set them a thinking problem around using the Cuisenaire rods. So they're starting to develop familiarity with some of these resources. But also I've set some open-ended questions that may or may not be answered in the lesson. It could be something they take home and think on further. The next section is about subitizing. Now there's always been a discussion about is it subitizing or subitizing? Well, sub means under. Subi means to appear by chance, by surprise, just to appear suddenly. So subitizing is technically the correct way of saying this word. And there are flashcards and activities to do here, which is encouraging the students to look at a number and to be able to quickly know how many there are. So if they see the pattern on the dice for 5 with the 2 dots, the top 2 dots at the bottom and the 1 in the middle, that they don't count those 5 dots, that they see those 5 dots and they know that that's 5. That's subitizing. The next one is about counting. Counting is a really important skill in developing maths, and students need to develop an automatic number 9 in their memory. And this is a really important part. And often students who are struggling with mathematics haven't developed or are struggling to develop that automatic number line. So this is a really important component. There's lots of different activities to practice counting by rote, and also by counting by having supports there to help them with the tricky part. So for example, counting backwards, children often miss the numbers 13 for some reason, so they count back 15, 14, 12, 11. So we do things where we have supports to help them with that. The next one is the key teaching part, I suppose, of each lesson, is about the number sense strategies. So there are 8 different number sense strategies that are covered in the book. For example, one of them is around doubles. So in this number sense part, there would be activities and discussion about how doubles work, and then practice in using doubles to really understand the concept of these number strategies. And we know that these 8 number sense strategies are really important to help students to be able to develop their ability to work with numbers, not just to be able to solve problems, but actually to work with numbers and think mathematically. There are 2 sections in each module for games, and sometimes there's more than one way to play the game within the module. So we know that playing games is important. It takes off the pressure of the anxiety around maths, but it also gives you lots and lots of practice in a bit of a fun way. So I've included lots of games. The next section is word problems. There's a separate video about this, but students need to be able to solve problems where they are worded, not just where they're presented as an algorithm, 1 + 2 = something, but actually can they solve it when it's presented in a problem. So Jim had 1 fish, he got 2 more, how many fish does he have now? That's actually much more complicated, but it's much more life skill, and if students can do this, they will be well on the way to being successful in maths. The next section is about number problems. There are lots and lots of activities here to help students with their number problems, and I've done this as a separate video, so please take a look at that one. I'll explain that further. And take more information, go and have a look at mathtastic.com.au.